Slipknot and Stone Sour vocalist Corey Taylor is opening up about the current state of rock music in a new interview with Cutter's Rockcast. During that discussion, Taylor appears to take aim at former hip-hop artist Machine Gun Kelly, also known as MGK. The former hip-hop artist switched to rock music with his album Tickets to My Downfall. It was generally well received and a commercial success. His switch to rock music comes after a high-profile feud with rap legend Eminem, who many feel damaged his career in hip-hop. Nonetheless, MGK's foray into rock music has been a commercial success, but it's not without controversy. MGK raised eyebrows with an interview where he discussed the attire that many musicians would wear on stage during Warped Tour. The comments were made during an appearance on Rock This with Allison Hagendorf on Spotify.
This is very important. The state of rock and roll depends on rock stars. I gotta see some you. I have to see some you in it. I want some attitude, dude. Like this is what I will tell you. I did Warped Tour and these would wear comfortable shoes on stage every day. Your fucking Nike New Balance fucking comfy shoes because it makes you feel comfortable. Put on some Doc Martens, you put on some Chucks, put on some Vans, put on, it's not about you, it's about the show.
The consensus from critics of his comment was that MGK is a major label artist and undoubtedly a multimillionaire, out of touch with the realities facing up-and-coming musicians. This brings us to the always entertaining Corey Taylor's interview with Cutter's Rockcast, to which he seemingly takes a shot at MGK. He says, "I hate the artists who failed in one genre and decided to go rock. And I think he knows who he is. But that's another story. I'm the worst, and I hate everything. And people are used to that with me, though. But I have also encouraged the younger generation to think past the boundaries of what we listen to. Do something that feels fresh. It may not have to sound fresh, but it's gotta feel fresh. It's dead. Then people are gonna treat it as dead, man." Taylor also commented on younger bands seemingly emulating the sound of older bands. "I look at some of those bands," he said, "that sound like this or sound like that, like the other guy, and it's just like, well, they obviously listened to 2 albums that have been out for a minute. But the ones that really frustrate me are the ones that take something that's been around forever and then just basically rework it and call it new, even though it's completely derivative. You know the band they're ripping off. They're not even trying to rip off a bunch of bands, they're ripping off one band. But the younger generation picks them up and says, this is our blah, 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 because they're tired of people telling them that the music that came before them was better. And I don't know who's right, but I know both are wrong because we should be encouraging everything." Taylor's debut solo album, CMFT, was released back in October and featured an eclectic cross-section of genres like hip-hop and folk. Taylor's also been teasing some major Slipknot news, which you can check out by clicking the video in your recommendations right now. That is all for now. Subscribe to Rockfeed for more news and updates about your favorite musicians.